Okay, guys, we are going to go ahead and get started. It is so exciting to have so many from our team on. Hey, thank you guys for being on time for tonight's Zoom. It is a true honor to have our CEO on. He'll be popping on here any minute and just going to pour into us. I don't know about you guys, but I have, I mean, I think we are in a very special spot when I can personally just say, hey, John, do you think you could speak and pour into our teams tonight? I feel like we are a part of something very special when our CEO will take the time to pour into us. And there he is joining in. Thank you so much. So I'm super excited for our special guest, our CEO, John Alcala. Everyone give him a big welcome. We are excited to have you on, John. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to pour into our teams. I know Amber, Christina, Crystal, and myself and Jamie are very excited that you are taking the time to pour into us. So we appreciate you. And we just kind of want to let you just give us that fire and just share with us the excitement of all the fun things going on this month and what the plan is leading up to the summer.
Hold on, John, you're muted, I think. Hold on.
Yep, I asked to unmute you.
There we go. You can't read my
There we go.
lips. I'm not telling
Not
you what I
quite, but we'll
said.
work on.
I actually had a joke and I was like, oh crap, that did not go good at all. So I'm glad that I was muted. That would have been really embarrassing. No, but I said, wow, what an awesome group. Shannon, I want to hold that baby. Like, let's go. Um, uh, Goodness, Nicole, so great to see you. Amber, goodness, good to see you. I mean, this is a fun group. I'm glad I'm on with this group tonight. I'm gonna be honest. There's sometimes that I don't really want to be on with certain groups because they're not as fun. But this is a fun group. I'm so proud of this team. Let me just scroll through here. Andrea, good to see you. Ashley Skidmore, good to see you on here. What a great group. This is awesome. All right, let's go. Y'all ready? Um, when I hop on Zooms, I try to just bring something, that I really believe would impact you, your team, where you're at in the season. From an It Works business perspective, we'll have to do another Zoom because we only have about 25 minutes before I have to hop on another one. But what I want to tell you is that I'm so excited with everything that's going on. Timeless launching on Monday, pre-order. Truly believe that's going to be a new chapter for our company as we moved into some different product lines and different things. Super exciting there. I hope every one of you are so pumped about Mexico and getting there and spending time. Green carpet experience going to be really cool. 4-1 outside a quick start. I hope we're picking up those DTs, getting those 50s. That was a big announcement in April that we made for Your Pay Your Way. And there's a lot going on in the industry right now. Every one of us is aware of what was, probably went on with Modere just most recently. And let me just reassure you, because I always get questions after all that stuff. One, we're not happy when that stuff happens because it shakes up the industry. But two, you saw my post, and this is the motto that I've been going by, that we're founder led, we are field driven, and we are debt free. And that is a powerful, powerful trifecta that we hold here at It Works. And so my job is to ensure that you can work your business wherever you want, however you want, and that we keep focused on living well and living free and changing 1 million lives in 2025. So that's what we're here to do at It Works. And I'm just telling you that if we will all band together and say we want to change a lot of lives together, really powerful, powerful things happen. And so what I want to do tonight, though, is I really want to talk to you, if you'll let me, and some of you might not like me as much as you thought after this Zoom, but I want to talk to you. A lot of people don't know that, just over 2 years ago, we were right where you were, right? We were in the field. We were building a business. We were signing PMs and DTs and charting, and we did not have projected volume when I was doing that. So I wish that we would have had that. It would save us a lot of time. But we we are not far removed from what is going on in the world. And our job is to make your life as easy as possible, give you the best chance to succeed. And we can talk about some of those things maybe on another night. What I want to do is I want to talk to you as if you were on John and Sherry Lynn's team tonight. And, we've been blessed to go to Ambassador 3 times in 9.5 years. And every time it was different. Every time we had ups, downs, in betweens, moments that were like high of the high, moments that were low of the low, and then some moments where it was just like, wait, are we going anywhere? And I think it's important to really just, I'm going to give you 7 things tonight that successful people do that average people aren't willing to do. And I really want to talk to you about that because I get the question all the time, how can I be in the top 5% of this company? How can I be successful? And so I'm going to give you the 7 things that we learned. And let me tell you, we didn't learn these one time. We learned these over and over and over again all throughout our business. And some of them will make you feel okay, and some of them will make you feel really bad. But I promise you will grow if you'll be open to these 7 things. So here we go. So what separates successful people from average people, not just in this business, but in life? Number 1, successful people are obsessed. They're not just interested. Successful people are obsessed. They are not just interested. And before you're like, John, are you telling me to be obsessed with it works? No, that's not what I'm telling you to be obsessed with. That would be like weird and cultish. So no, that's not what I'm telling you to do. What I'm telling you to do is, what in this business do you find yourself that gives you the most passion, that fulfills you the most? Become obsessed with that. What was that for John and Sherry Lynn? It was, for the first time in our lives, we actually felt that we had a vehicle that could change our lives. And we became obsessed with giving that vehicle to other people. That so many times, we did everything we could to stay out of debt, tell people to stay out of debt, but we had no vehicle to get them money to stay out of debt or get out of debt or pay cash for things. This was a vehicle that made sense. And so we begin to get obsessed with bringing as many people as we could along on the journey. You have to get obsessed about changing people's lives. You have to get obsessed with bringing moms home. You have to get obsessed with whatever the need is on your team. Because successful people, they aren't just interested. Listen, there's a lot of interested active distributors that it works. They're interested, but they're not obsessed with changing lives. You say, John, what's the difference? So I travel a lot, right? I am on a plane like every week. One of the examples that I could give you is like in the airport, right? The whole flying thing just fascinates me. Like, how do they give you this gate and then decide to change this gate? How do you get off on this gate and they know which gate to go to? How does the pilot even know which gate or how to get to which terminal once they've landed? I think about all those things every time I travel. It's mind-blowing to me. I'm very interested in it. Even when I'm standing in like TSA, the pre-line, like in Dallas, Fort Worth, it'll say 12 minutes until you get to the security person. And I'm like, how do they know? Like, that's kind of weird, right? Is it my phone or their cameras or their sensors? Or are they just guessing? Like, I'm interested in all this, but you know what? If I actually was obsessed with it, I would go find the answers. I would take action to figure out what it is, how it works. There are a lot of people at It Works and in this industry and in life that are interested in a lot of things, but you cannot be great at something if you're just interested in it. You'll never be an expert at it if you're just interested in it. You have to become laser focused about whatever it is that you want to be successful in. And it's no different in this business. What are we going to be obsessed with? Changing lives. How many lives can we change this month? How many new distributors can we bring in and they make $150, $300, whatever it is? We've got to become obsessed with that. I love Ed Milet. He talks about the power of one. Become obsessed with the power of one more. One more ask to somebody. One more invite to something. One more Zoom with your team. One more moment of a conversation with that distributor that's trying to go Ruby. One more conversation at your kid's practice. One more conversation in the grocery store. Become obsessed with the one more. Successful people keep going when others quit. Why? It's because it's easy to quit on something when you're just interested in it. It's a lot harder to quit on something when you become obsessed with what you're trying to accomplish. Number two, hope you're taking notes. There will be no recap, okay? Because no, I'm just playing on my recap. But number two, here we go. Successful people take ownership. Successful people take ownership. This is where you might not like me as much, okay? We're going to have real talk tonight. It's not going to be fluff. It's just going to be like if you were my team, and you may leave this call and say, thank God I was never on John and Sherry Lynn's team in this business. But here it is. Number two, successful people take ownership. The greatest day in your life is when you take total ownership of your attitude, your mindset, your actions. When you take total ownership of what you can control, that's the day you grow up. That's the day that you become the leader that you're supposed to be. That's the day that you step out of your comfort zone. When you take total ownership of you. It's so easy to look around and blame everyone else for the situation that you might be in or that your team's in. I can tell you so many times in our business, we would find ourselves blaming this distributor for not doing X, Y, and Z, and that affected us, right? We could say, well, if she would just do this, or he would just do that, or they would just do this, and we could waste all this time looking at what other people are or are not doing instead of looking in the mirror and saying, what do I have ownership and what can I do with it? Successful people, they own their own failures. They own their mindset. They own their results. They own everything that they have that is within their control. Average people, they find everything else that they can blame. Let's blame the economy. Let's blame other distributors. Let's blame other people. Let's say that, man, if I didn't have 3 kids and I only had 1 kid, I could do this. If I didn't have any kids, I could really do this, right? If I had a better marriage, if I had this or if I had this. No, successful people say, I take ownership of where I am. In this business, when me and Sherry Lynn took 100% ownership of what we could control, we saw growth within our team. But when we looked around and blamed everyone else, and we wasted energy and we wasted time, guess what happened? We didn't grow. We didn't move forward. If you want, okay, this is where you might not like it, but here we go. Okay, we're in it. We're in it to win it, right? Okay. If you're not where you want to be, it's your fault. That hurts, huh? But listen to this. But that's a good thing, because it means you have the power to change it. All right? If you're not where you want to be, it's your fault. But that's a good thing, because you have the power to change it. You have the power to take ownership of everything you do in your life. You're like, I don't like the way that I'm a parent. You have the power to change it. I don't feel like I'm a good spouse. You have a power to change it. I don't like where my business is. You have the power to change it. Successful people take ownership. Number 3, successful people take massive action fast. Massive action fast. Not a little bit here, a little bit there. What do you need in your business right now? Do you need distributors? Massive action. Bring them in. Bring them in. Ask everyone. Ask everyone you come in contact with. Don't just post and expect people to come back. That's not how the world works today. Maybe back in 2015 or 2016, that's how it worked when there weren't algorithms and all those. I would take those days back at times, right? But today, you have to have massive action so that you can get those game changers in your organization. You take massive action and you take it fast. And you do it day after day after day until you start getting the results that you want. Number 4, this is a fun one. Number 4, successful people will always take discipline over motivation. Successful people will always take discipline over motivation. Motivation is fleeting, Motivation, it comes and it goes. Motivation, you go to a conference, it's there. Feels good. Hopefully after this Zoom, you're motivated. Hopefully you still like me, but hopefully you're motivated. Hopefully you feel like you can accomplish something great. Hopefully you feel up beyond up. But it will leave you. That feeling will go away. You can go to a conference. We're going to be, up with, we're coming to Minnesota. I saw someone put in there. We're coming there. I later on in the year, I think a few months. I don't know. We're coming a lot of places, but
July 19th.
there you go. July 19th. Is that what did you said?
Yes, I hope I'm right.
Okay. Well, events.com or itworks.com/events. Get your ticket, Changing Lives Tour. We will be in Minnesota. But you're going to come to that. You're going to be motivated and you're going to be pumped up. And then you know what can happen is you can get punched in the gut. Life hits you. Your business doesn't go the way that you want it to go. And motivation leaves. And here it is. When motivation leaves, the thing that has to remain is discipline. Because discipline is the thing that will keep you moving forward. Winners do what they need to do when they're motivated and when they're not motivated. Successful people do the things they need to do when they feel like it and when they don't feel like it. Motivation gets you going, but discipline keeps you growing. That was John Maxwell. I can't take credit for that one. Motivation gets you going, but discipline keeps you growing. If you can develop discipline in this business, you can win. All 3 times we went to Ruby, all 3 times we went to Emerald, Diamond, Double, Triple, Presidential Ambassador, all 3 times. You know what it was? It wasn't that we were motivated for 9.5 years. Is that we were disciplined for 9.5 years and we let the motivation feed our discipline. Successful people will always choose discipline over motivation. Number 5. Successful people build relationships and they surround themselves with greatness. Successful people build relationships and surround themselves with greatness. Asked me, it was a few days ago, they said, if you knew what you do now in the business, what would you do differently? Seeing all of it. And I think the number one thing I would have learned faster is that I'm not going to waste my time on people who I want it for them more than they want it for themselves. I'm going to find the handful because that's all it really takes to change a business, to change your team, to change everything about your life. It only takes a handful of people who are ready to go and do something great. But so many times in this business and in our life, we surround ourselves with people who just suck the life out of us. I don't know if it's I'm getting older and cranky or I just don't have capacity, but I can tell you that my circle has gotten smaller and smaller over the years. And the reason for that is because I choose to put myself around people that when I leave that moment, when I leave that circle, I actually feel better about my chances in being successful in life. Do I leave with joy? Do I leave with better energy? Do I leave saying, man, I would love to spend more time with that person? They brought life to me. I think a lot of us in this business, we pull for people so hard, but then if you really realize what it's doing to you as a leader, it's exhausting. And I think right now is the time that you got to look at your circle and say, am I around people who are ready to go and do something special? Average people, they stay in circles that keep them comfortable instead of seeking circles that challenge them to grow. If you're in a comfortable circle right now, you're not growing. I'll move on. Number 6, successful people. They play the long game. And this is really cool because you have a lot of leaders on here who have been in the business for a good amount of time. That's not normal. It's not normal, the seasoned leadership that you have on this Zoom right now and on this team. They are some of the best of the best. The pearls, I love them with all of my heart. So many of you just have been on this journey with us, both in the field and now when we've been in this role. And I think that so many times in this business, which it's true, you can make quick money, which is awesome, right? You can confidently bring someone in this business, teach them how to do it, and they can make weekly pay. They can make good weekly pay, and then they can get residual income and all the things in our core comp plan. All that stuff's great. But the people you really want to do this business with, if you're leading them, you've got to give them longer term vision. You got to give them longer term vision. We used to tell people when we would bring them in that we really wanted to work with. I mean, it's hard if you're running your business off TikTok, Reels, like those relationships, they aren't that tight. But you can still try to cast vision with those people. But I'm saying the ones that you are closer with. What we used to tell people all the time is we used to tell them, hey, give us 12 months, and if we're not making money, we'll both quit. Like, we'll just quit. Like, no harm, no foul. But now more than ever, it's easier in our business to make money. Our first 4 months, we stripped all this red tape away and tried to reward the right behavior. And we just made a change to what 13 days ago so that you have control of making hundreds over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Like, you should be more confident in the business opportunity than we've ever been before. Back when we started, it was like, if I signed Stacy and Stacy got 2 customers, then I would get a little bonus because she got her 2 customers. And then Stacy would get, I think it was $120 in product credit and 2 wrap rewards. That's what it was, if I remember right. Stacy didn't even make money after 2 loyal customers. Now we're like, hey, go get 4 and make actual money. Like, product credit is cool, but product credit isn't going to buy your baby diapers. Product credit isn't going to fill up the gas tank. Product credit isn't. So while that's a cool tool and we put it with 400 Club and things, we have a powerful vehicle right now in long-term vision. Someone once said, what did he say? One moment, please. Average people seek comfort now. Successful people sacrifice now for something greater later. Have long-term vision. Have long-term vision. Successful people do. And then the last thing, and then I'll have to leave you, is this. Number 7, successful people believe in themselves. Successful people believe in themselves. Ed Milet said that you get what you believe you deserve. How many of you, like, if you were honest, like, you don't have to put it in the chat or anything, but just kind of in your head right now, ask yourself, do I really believe I can be successful? Like, be honest with yourself. Because I really think we live in a world today that we just get beat up a lot. It's just, whether it's life or it's kids or it's negative people, it's negativity. I feel like we're struggling with belief sometimes in ourselves today because of whatever life has dealt us. And I think what I would encourage you to do is 1 through 6 are really cool tips, but if you don't get 7, you will not get the other 6. You have to believe that you can be successful. You have to believe that you can sign that next distributor. You have to believe you can sign that next Perks member. You have to believe that you can lead your team. You have to believe that you have all the talent, all the resources, all the things you need to be successful today. And I really think that if some of you will make a decision to start believing in yourself, your business will change. The way you talk about your business, the way you speak life over your business, the way you talk to your team, the way you lead your team, the way you invite people to the business. When you believe you can do something, you're a powerful person. Joey, my brother, if you haven't met him, he's the eternal optimist in the family, and he's the greatest human you might probably ever meet. People like him way more than me, and I'm totally fine with that. But he says this. He says that when others believe in you, you win. But when you believe in you, everybody wins. And that's so true because you can be on this call tonight. There's 54 on this call, and Jamie Marie, 53 people can believe in Jamie Marie, and you will win. But when Jamie believes in Jamie, everybody wins. Your family wins, your marriage wins, your business wins, your kids win, your downline wins, your sideline wins, the company wins. I need an army of people who believe in themselves if we're going to change 1 million lives this year. It's not going to be me. It's not going to be Sherry Lynn. It's not going to be our corporate team. It's not going to be just a handful. It's got to be all of us. But you have to believe that you can be successful. And that is my challenge to you tonight, is that tonight, if you take nothing else out of this Zoom, of the 7 things, get number 7, look in the mirror every morning and say, I believe I can do something great today. I believe my business is going to be great today. I believe I can be successful. And let me tell you, you're not always going to feel like you can. Tell it to yourself anyway. You're like, John, there's no way I can, I'm never gonna, I'm not even remotely close to that mindset. Tell yourself over and over and over again until you start believing it just a little bit, and see what it does to the way that you live your life. Because at the end of the day, you were put on this earth not to be average, not to just have a date where you're born and a date where you die and you hover in between. You were called to do something great, and you have to believe that you can do something great. That next distributor is dependent on you believing that you can do something great. Your team is depending on you believing that you and your team can do something great. It starts with you. So tonight we're going to make a pact. We're not going to be average. We're not going to float through life. We're going to be successful. And whatever that means for you, whatever that means for your team, we're going to be successful. And so with that, Stacy, I'll turn it back over to you. That's what I have for you guys tonight. I love you guys. I appreciate you so much, but it's go time. No more disbelief, no more negativity. It's time to get loud. I want you to take a little video of our Zoom. I want you to change your mentality, your goal, whatever you want to tell me. I want to be tagged in that so that I can share it. But if nothing else, it's time to believe in yourself. Stacy, back to you.
Thank you so much, John. So good. And just, yeah, no words, just a huge blessing. Thank you for speaking and pouring into us. We're ready to run. No excuses. Let's go. Let's do this. Thank you so much, John. You have a great night.
Well, have a great night. Take care.